My name is Luke Chu. I am based out of Los Angeles. I am a painter, toy designer, graphic design. My background is actually in graphic design.
Mm.
I chose graphic design because I'm 48 years old. I'm a bit of an old dog now, but like growing up in the 70s, 80s, and going to school in the 90s, you when you hear the word artist, it's often associated with the word starving, and you don't really like there's nothing glamorous or you know fun about starving. So I never really like took the initiative or the leap to um go to a stupidly expensive art school and drive my parents into debt. And I went to a school called Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, where I studied graphic design. And I felt like graphic design was a balance between art and practicality, where I could be able to express myself visually while getting a regular paycheck. And it was probably one of the better moves that I made, because through that education, I learned about composition. I learned about color. I at the time, school was a lot more affordable, so I took a whole bunch of other extracurricular classes to learn more about the world that I live in and learn about other disciplines like photography and life drawing and painting and illustration. And it was while I was like maybe like in the last year I was there where my professors kind of pulled me aside and said, "Hey, Luke, you are a mediocre graphic designer, but you are a much better illustrator, and you should kind of like look into illustration as a career path, and if possible, go on to grad school," which I didn't do. But I ended up moving to Los Angeles in 2003. And I kind of things I the way I kind of see it is I got really lucky. Like the timing was impeccable. I came here. I like the one friend that I had from college who I still kept in contact with introduced me to some other graphic designers, and they introduced me to this underground art show that was happening in downtown at the time called Cannibal Flower.
Mm.
And what it was these like one night parties in warehouses where they would like bring in upwards to like 90 to 100 like painters and artists, and they would have DJs and they would have live bands, they'd have performance artists, and people would pay $7 to go and check out all the art and see the performances, and and be able to buy art for on the cheap from there. And it
Sounds
was
like an awesome experience, actually.
it 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 was a great way for someone who is interested in art to kind of try things out. It was kind of like an art school, a school of hard knocks for art, where you will create a painting, you'll put it up on the wall, and you've got like 90 other artists out there who are, doing their thing. And you could see how your work feels in relationship to these 90 other artists. And, you'll see like stuff selling and you'll see stuff that's sitting. And when you're playing the visual art game or the gallery game, I kind of feel one of the things you should be doing is when you're looking at group shows, you take a second to study what's selling, and hopefully through your skills of observation, you can be able to look at it and go, okay, the reason why these are selling is because of A, B, and or C. And how can I make A, B, and or C fit into what I'm doing
Mm.
and make it sincere?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, you know, it's all about, it's kind of a hustle to a certain degree.